Hi, this is Deborah Atkinson, the Voice for Fitness founder and the author of Navigating Fitness After 50, your GPS for choosing programs and professionals that you can trust. And there are three things that if you ride a desk all day long, you should be doing if you're 50 or older to feel better. Not that you shouldn't have been doing it when you were 40 or when you were 30, but it's even more important now. So you can spread the word to anybody, any age that you want to. They don't have to be legally 50 to get the information. But here they are. Three things you've heard before, but if we can reinforce them by giving them to you again, even better. Number one, you should be snacking. So, yep, I'm telling you to snack at your desk. So somewhere in that desk drawer right beside you, you should have something that will get you through that period of time from breakfast to lunch. So if you're somebody who skips breakfast, I want to see you after class. So if you could, click right up here and contact me. You're going to get on my active aging tips list and realize that that is cardinal sin number one. So you need to start eating breakfast. But somewhere between breakfast, which might happen at 7 or 8 a.m., and lunch that might happen at 12 or 1, there's a long period of time there. That's a little bit too long. The ideal time between meals or snacks is about 3 to 4 hours, and your blood sugar starts to go down. So you may not need a big hefty snack, right? If you're gonna eat at 7 and then you're gonna have a snack at about 10, you don't need a huge one because you're gonna eat again at 12 or 1. But maybe you have 20 almonds. Maybe you have a little refrigerator. So instead of that, you can have some string cheese. But you're going to combine some kind of a protein with a carbohydrate and or fat. So fruit alone is not a snack. And the reason that is true is because it's basically going to go into your bloodstream, spike your blood sugar, which is going to in turn trigger insulin, which then shuts off all fat metabolism and stores fat for the rest of the day. Game over. So you don't want to do that. Combine your apple with string cheese. Combine yogurt that's not fat-free with, or that is Greek yogurt that's high protein with a little bit of carbohydrates, and you'll be much better off metabolism-wise, hunger-wise, satisfaction-wise. So when you get to lunch, you're not going to be nearly as hungry, so you won't overeat. You'll just eat the right amount and be much more alert the rest of the afternoon. So snacking is important mid-morning and then mid-afternoon, because the period of time between lunch and dinner usually is much longer. So if you're going from 12 or 12:30 until 6, or if you exercise after work and then you're going until 7 or 8, that's way too long for your blood sugar to sustain. You're going to notice a blood sugar drop, and then again, you have big challenges with getting that back up and your energy level back up. So at about 3 p.m., plan a good healthy snack. So prepare. You're going to need to bring something, have a little refrigerator, or plan really well for nuts, seeds, things that travel well. Okay, number 2 is those people who ride the desk all day long, don't ride the desk all day long, get up. So every hour, I would suggest, you're hearing people say right now no more than 2 hours or 90 minutes to 120 minutes, which is an hour and a half to 2 hours, get up and take a break. What I like to use for my clients is like a 60-60-30, right? In terms of a mental break, that's really what we need because we operate in cycles like that. So at the end of every 60 minutes, take a 5-minute break. Get up, take your water bottle with you, go refill that, stop at the bathroom because you're going to have to do that because you're drinking more water during the day, and then come back. But the point is you've got up out of your seat and you moved around. So you open up your chest and your shoulders, you opened up your hip flexors by standing up, and you are much more active throughout the day overall. If you can say that you got up 6 times during the day as opposed to sat there from your first time in your seat in the morning to lunchtime, you'll be much better off as far as health, stiffness, and energy level goes. So the third and last thing is stretching. And I can't possibly give you all the stretches you need. Number 1 is a hip flexor stretch because you're sitting in a chair unless you can stand part of your day, which would be amazing if you could, both for metabolism, focus, concentration, and body posture. But I'm going to give you one here because you've got a great bird's eye view of my neck and shoulders. Women in particular carry their tension right up here. So if not early in the day, by the end of the day, usually this is where it lands. The gender discrepancy is that for men, that usually happens in the lower back. Stress ends up there, tension ends up there. So if you happen to be here and you're also at a keyboard, or you have a telephone, and a lot of us, of course, we've got headsets now, that's not an issue, but I know for me, I still have a cell phone when I'm at my computer at home. I don't plop a headset on right away. I sometimes am still doing this, and that's just not good, but it happens, so we have to be real about what's happening. So I'm going to give you a little stretch here. So I want you to look of what's happening, the space between my ears and my shoulders. That's really what we're trying to get to. By the end of the day, that's probably less space, right? We're kind of up here, we're kind of really tight in our upper traps. What you want to do is really think about rolling down and putting them back, and then I'm just going to have you take one ear over to the shoulder and reach. And I'm not going very far because I'm a little bit tight and stiff. And then bring it up, and you do the same thing to the other side. So this is just a tilt side to side. So ear toward the shoulder, reach down, and I'm getting the stretch right here through this side of the neck. This arm, I'm trying to reach down toward the floor. So I'm really lengthening the stretch, both from the head going over and the hand going down. Good, now I'm going to come back to that first side and show you the difference. So I'm going to go over to the side, and then I'm going to gently just tuck and turn my head down and look at this side. It's hard to do looking in the mirror, right? So I'm going to also take my hand right in the back of my head, and I'm not pulling hard, but I'm going to just gently press down. So I'm getting a little bit better stretch right back here through the back of the neck. Bring it up, and I do the same thing going to the other side. So I first tilt it, and then I'm going to look down at that same thigh. My hand comes back, and I'm encouraging it. I'm not pulling it drastically. And then release. Take your chin and reach all the way down. Look as far down as you can. And then do the opposite. Take your chin up. Lift and look up. And relax. And from there, lift your shoulders up, squeeze tight. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, roll them back and drop them down. So not overdoing it, but just doing it. And that was a brief side to side stretch for the sides of the neck, the back of the neck, and the upper back and shoulders. So just that little 2-minute stretch relief in the middle of your morning, middle of your afternoon may help relieve tension that accumulates at the end of the day, and maybe at the end of the week is even worse after 5 days straight of it. Those are the 3 things you need to be doing: getting up, snacking, and regularly little stretch breaks. And you will feel much better both about your job and the way you feel in your shoulders and the rest of your body on the way home. This has been Deborah. If that was helpful, I hope that you'll click and join us on the list so that you can get active aging tips similar to that frequently in your inbox.